Roman Reigns rushes to hospital after Seth Rollins collapses. WWE in shock. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we've got some truly surprising and heartwarming news from the WWE Universe. The world of professional wrestling thrives on drama, adrenaline, and the intense physical toll that superstars put their bodies through. But on this night, the drama spilled far beyond the scripted chaos of the ring and into a chilling reality that no fan, no friend, and no family member could have predicted. What began as another electrifying WWE event turned into a night of heartbreak, fear, and uncertainty when Seth Rollins, one of the most celebrated WWE superstars of this generation, suddenly collapsed backstage. And in that moment, the larger-than-life tribal chief, himself, Roman Reigns, was forced to set aside rivalries, storylines, and championship glory to rush to his friend's side in a desperate race against time. Today, we dive deep into the events that unfolded, the raw emotions behind the scenes, and the bond between two men who have been brothers in battle and brothers in life for over a decade. The night that started like any other. The arena was alive with energy. Fans packed into their seats, holding signs, chanting names, and waiting for the night's big matches. Cameras caught Roman Reigns arriving earlier in the evening, his usual confidence and presence commanding attention. Seth Rollins, known for his unpredictable energy and flamboyant style, had also been spotted warming up, chatting with crew members and greeting fans near the barricades before the show began. There was no sign, no hint that anything was wrong. Rollins had been moving well, his performance earlier in the week had been flawless, and there had been no public word of illness or injury. He seemed ready for another night of entertaining millions. Roman and Seth, though often portrayed as rivals on-screen, shared a complicated but deep bond behind the scenes. From their days as brothers in the Shield to their battle for the top spot in WWE, they had been through triumphs and betrayals, yet always found their way back to respect and camaraderie. The moment everything changed, it was midway through the show when the unthinkable happened. Sources backstage later revealed that Seth had just finished a brief segment and was walking down the hallway toward the locker room. He appeared to be slightly out of breath, but no one thought much of it. Wrestlers often push themselves to the limit. Then, without warning, his legs gave out. Witnesses described it as if his body simply shut down. Seth collapsed to the floor, his hands clutching at his chest and his breathing shallow. The nearby crew immediately shouted for medical help. The commotion drew people from all directions. Producers, referees, and other wrestlers rushed over. One of the first to arrive was Roman Reigns, who had been preparing for his own upcoming segment. At that moment, titles, matches, and storylines meant nothing. Roman dropped to one knee beside Seth, calling his name, urging him to stay awake. Trainers and medics swarmed in, checking his pulse, stabilizing his breathing, and preparing him for immediate transport. Roman, visibly shaken but holding it together, helped clear the area so they could work. A brothers race to the hospital. As the medical team wheeled Seth toward the ambulance, Roman didn't hesitate. He abandoned his scheduled segment entirely, telling WWE officials, "I'm going with him." Within seconds, he was climbing into the back of the ambulance. Cameras outside the arena caught a glimpse of the tribal chief sitting next to the stretcher, his hand resting on the guardrail, his face locked in deep concern. The sirens wailed through the night as the vehicle sped toward the nearest hospital. Inside, Roman stayed quiet, watching every move the paramedics made, occasionally speaking to Seth in low tones, trying to keep him conscious. This wasn't just another superstar to him. This was his brother-in-arms from the earliest days of their WWE careers. They had trained together, traveled together, fought together, and even bled together in the ring. Roman knew Seth's resilience better than anyone, but he also knew how real and unforgiving situations like this could be. Backstage shock and fan reaction. Back at the arena, the news spread quickly. Wrestlers huddled together in the locker rooms, whispering anxiously, checking their phones for updates. Triple H, WWE's chief content officer, personally addressed the roster, telling them the company's priority was Seth's health and promising to update everyone as soon as possible. Fans in the arena began to sense something was wrong when Roman didn't appear for his scheduled segment. Soon, social media exploded with speculation after a few witnesses posted about seeing Seth being rushed into an ambulance with Roman by his side. The hashtags #PrayForSeth and #RollinsStrong began trending worldwide. For many fans, this was a sobering reminder that while the matches are scripted, the risks are very real. Roman paced the hospital waiting area as doctors worked to stabilize Seth. The emergency room was tense. Nurses moved quickly, voices low but urgent. Roman made calls, first to Becky Lynch, Seth's wife, who was reportedly at home with their daughter. Her voice broke when Roman explained what had happened, and she told him she was getting to the hospital as fast as she could. Minutes felt like hours. Every time the doors to the ER swung open, Roman looked up, hoping for news. Finally, a doctor emerged and approached him. The diagnosis wasn't immediately made public, but it was clear from Roman's expression that the situation was serious. Becky arrives. When Becky Lynch arrived, she rushed into the waiting room, her face pale, eyes wide with fear. Roman met her halfway, embracing her tightly. She asked through tears if Seth was awake, if he had said anything. Roman explained that Seth had been semi-conscious during the ambulance ride, but was now sedated so doctors could run tests. Becky sat down, clutching her phone, while Roman stayed close, making sure she had support. The two of them, united by love for the same man, could do nothing now but wait. Reflections of brotherhood. While waiting, Roman found himself thinking about the journey they had shared. The Shield's debut in 2012, the countless battles against and alongside each other, the betrayals and the reconciliations. He remembered the way Seth had been there during Roman's leukemia battle, calling him every day, reminding him that no matter what happened in the ring, family came first. And now, here they were again, roles reversed, with Roman praying for Seth to pull through. WWE makes a public statement. During the second hour of the show, WWE officially addressed the situation. A spokesperson told the live crowd and viewers at home, "Ladies and gentlemen, earlier tonight, Seth Rollins experienced a medical emergency backstage. He has been transported to a local medical facility, accompanied by Roman Reigns. Our thoughts are with Seth, Becky, and their family at this time. We will provide updates as soon as they are available." The crowd responded with a massive ovation, chanting Seth's name in unison. Hours passed. Roman stayed at the hospital well past midnight, refusing to leave until he knew Seth was stable. At one point, Becky emerged from a room with tears streaming down her face, but a hint of relief in her voice. Seth was awake. He was weak, still undergoing tests, but he recognized them and even managed a small smile.